If you know anything about Batman, then you most likely know who Clayface is. Clayface is one of the most definitive villains in Batman's rogue gallery, and it's well deserved, so him being in a Batman game doesn't come with a surprise. He first appeared in Arkham Asylum, then in the sequel Arkham City he plays an even bigger role and is even one of the main villains of the story. But in Arkham Knight, Clayface is nowhere to be seen. So what happened to him? Well, what if I told you that I know what happened to Clayface and where he is during the events of Arkham Knight? Let me explain. So in Batman Arkham City, at the end of the story, it's revealed that Joker was Clayface all along.
Not always. Well, sometimes.
Batman fights Clayface and defeats him by freezing him, slicing him up, and then knocking him into the Lazarus Pit. But after all of this, it is unclear of what happened to Clayface afterwards. Or so I thought, but there is proof that Clayface is still kicking around after Arkham City. So in Batman Arkham Knight, Batman's base of operations, Panessa Studios, has multiple pieces of evidence which all point towards Clayface. When you enter Panessa Studios, you can find multiple movie posters which say Basil Karlo is the Terror. For those who don't know, Basil Karlo used to be a very famous actor. Then his acting career took a downward spiral due to a bad surgery, and he eventually became the villain we all know now as Clayface. Now that we have all this covered, it's time to discuss the major detail which suggests that Clayface is in or was in Gotham City at some point during Arkham Knight. At the back of Panessa Studios, you can find a hidden room. There are two huge doors leading to the room which appears to have been damaged and broken into, suggesting the no entry sign. When you enter the room, you will see that there's a lot of film equipment. Now the weirdest part is that a lot of this equipment has this orangish brown paint on it. But what if I told you that that's not paint at all, but rather Clayface's clay? It's the same color as Clayface, and it also seems weird to have that specific color of paint everywhere. I think that I also know how Clayface escaped Arkham City. Outside this secret room, you can find a boat docked. Look familiar? This is the same type of boat which you can find all over the place in Arkham City. So Clayface most likely escaped Arkham City on one of these boats and got to Panessa Studios to stay as refuge. This is a smart idea for him to do since it was abandoned at the time. Now all of this can just be some weird coincidence, but
Coincidence? I think not!
because there's an image of concept art for Batman Arkham Knight, and in the art you can see Clayface is causing mayhem at Panessa Studios. So here's what I believe happened. I believe that Clayface was supposed to play a huge role in the Panessa Studios mission, and the secret room and posters are all just fragments from his cancelled role in the mission. What do you think of this theory? If you thought this theory was interesting, then comment down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'm hoping to get to 2,000 subs by the end of March. Let's try and get that goal.